There are some things you hear so many times, it just starts getting annoying. And when you know it's not true, that's when it really hits a nerve. This whole idea that Lamar Jackson can't throw. Yeah, that needs to stop right now, because what he's doing with his arm, yes, his arm, has been nothing short of ridiculous. And yet, there are still people out there refusing to see it. But today, we're putting all that to rest. You're going to see exactly why John Harbaugh finally snapped, how the numbers are completely blowing up that old narrative, and why this Week 1 showdown against the Bills could mark the most defining year of Lamar's entire career. Because this isn't just another football season. This is personal. You know when something gets repeated so often that it just wears you down? That's where John Harbaugh is right now. The Ravens head coach finally had enough of hearing people question Lamar Jackson's ability as a passer. On a recent podcast, he didn't sugarcoat anything. He said Lamar is a historically great passer. Not just good, historically great. That's a massive statement coming from someone who's coached him since day one. Harbaugh made it clear, Lamar can make any throw, any way you want it. Deep balls, tight windows, off-platform throws, he's got it all. And now, Harbaugh says, the numbers back up what he's known all along. Lamar has the arm, the vision, the accuracy. But for whatever reason, a lot of people are still stuck in 2018, trying to box him in as just a running QB. This wasn't just a coach defending his guy. This was Harbaugh putting his foot down, staking his own reputation to finally shut down that lazy narrative. You could feel the frustration. This is something he's been hearing for years, and he's done staying quiet. He sees Lamar for what he really is, not just a highlight reel athlete, but complete quarterback who can beat you with his mind and his arm. And the wildest part? The numbers are finally proving him right. Lamar's passing game isn't just improving. It's rewriting the script. Let's cut the noise and look at the facts. In 2024, Lamar Jackson had the best passing season of his entire career. He led the entire league in passer rating, a jaw-dropping 119.6, and tied Joe Burrow for the most total touchdowns, 45. That's 45 times he put points on the board, whether through the air or on the ground. And on top of that, he finished second in total yards with over 5,000 combined passing and rushing. That's not just good, that's elite. And here's the kicker. Since Week 1 of 2023, no quarterback in the NFL has posted a better regular season passer rating than Lamar Jackson. Not Mahomes, not Allen, not Burrow, nobody. While can he throw? Crowd keeps talking. Lamar's been quietly dominating and doing it consistently. And the best part? He's still the same threat on the ground that makes defenders freeze in their tracks. What's happening now is exactly what Harbaugh talked about. The numbers are screaming the truth that people didn't want to accept. Lamar is throwing the ball better than ever and doing it every single week. This isn't a hot streak. It's who he is now. A complete quarterback with a rare, unpredictable style that no one else in the league can replicate. And if that's still not enough for some people, just look at the award he brought home last season. When Todd Monken took over as offensive coordinator, people had questions. Could he unlock more from Lamar's arm without taking away what made him special? Well, the answer came fast. In Monken's first season running the offense, Lamar didn't just shine. He won his second MVP. And not just any MVP. A season so dominant that many thought he deserved the award over Josh Allen, who had an incredible year himself. Both finished with an identical adjusted QBR, 77.3, but Lamar's balance of passing and running separated him from the rest. He was the only quarterback who could kill you in the air and on the ground without forcing it. And he did it all within a brand new system that required more reads, more timing, and more control. Lamar didn't just adapt. He thrived. That MVP wasn't just a trophy. It was a statement. A message to everyone who ever called him just an athlete or doubted whether he could lead an offense with his arm. Now, with a system that finally fits him and a coordinator that believes in his complete skill set, Lamar is stepping into a whole new version of himself. And if 2024 was just a beginning, buckle up. But even with all that success, one shadow still hangs over everything. A part of his story that keeps coming back, no matter how well he plays.
All right, we're already past the halfway point of this video, But before we continue, I noticed you haven't left a like yet. It's really important because it helps YouTube keep showing you my content so I can keep bringing you the best news about the Baltimore Ravens. So go ahead and hit that like button. It's free and it really helps. Thanks. Now let's get back to it.
As great as Lamar's been in the regular season, people always circle back to the same thing, the playoffs. And unfortunately, this past January didn't help his case. In a tight loss to the Bills, two moments changed the game, a bad interception and a costly fumble. Just like that, another playoff run was cut short. Another tough chapter. And now his postseason record sits at 3-5. We all know football is a team sport, but when it comes to quarterbacks, the blame always finds its way to them. And Lamar is no exception. He could light up the league all year long, but one bad playoff game, boom, back to the same old doubt. Can he get it done when it really counts? It's a tough question and maybe unfair, but it keeps following him year after year. The frustrating part is how that one game always overshadows everything else he does. He could win MVP, carry the team, break records, but if it doesn't end in a Super Bowl, people act like it didn't happen. That's a heavy weight to carry. But maybe it's also the fuel that's driving him. Because if there's one thing Lamar Jackson's always done, it's prove people wrong. And now, with the most complete roster and system he's ever had, that opportunity may finally be right in front of him. And that brings us to week 1, where the first shot redemption is already on the schedule. Imagine starting the season with a game that already feels like the AFC Championship. That's exactly what's coming. Ravens versus Bills. Lamar Jackson versus Josh Allen. Two of the most explosive QBs in football head-to-head, right out of the gate, on Sunday Night Football. This isn't just a game. It's a statement. This one means more than just the standings. It's personal. It's Lamar's shot to fire back at the team that knocked him out of the playoffs, and to do it in front of the whole country. It's the kind of game that could flip the narrative in a single night. A chance to show growth, maturity, leadership, and straight-up dominance. And trust me, Lamar knows that. Buffalo isn't coming in quiet, either. After their own disappointing finish, they're hungry. They want to remind the AFC who they are. But Baltimore, they've got the weapons. They've got the defense. And more than anything, they've got a quarterback playing the best football of his life. If this game is any indication of what's ahead, we're in for a monster season. So the real question is this the year Lamar shuts everyone up for good? Because right now, everything's falling into place like never before. After everything Lamar Jackson has already proven, people are still clinging to the same tired narrative. But there's no hiding from it anymore. The numbers are real, his game has evolved, the system fits, and even John Harbaugh has had enough. The truth is, even with 2 MVPs under his belt, Lamar's still being tested like he hasn't earned anything. And maybe that's exactly what's pushing him into the best stretch of his career. And with the Ravens opening the season against a very team that knocked him out, Lamar's got a golden opportunity to send a message right out of the gate. So let me ask you this, Ravens fans. What more does he need to do for that narrative to finally die? Because if this team catches fire, nobody is stopping Baltimore in 2025.
And if you, just like me, are passionate about the world of football and want to learn more about the Ravens' legacy, don't leave this video without sharing it with that friend who is also a Baltimore Ravens fan and will love this content. See those video suggestions on your screen? The first one was handpicked just for you, and the other is a recommendation from YouTube itself. See you there, and until the next video, go Flock.